Up in my young teen years, Auntie Ethel and Uncle Victor used to come to the canoe races over in Chilliwack there at Cultus Lake. And Auntie Ethel would get up in the podium there and announce all the Kelly kids come over. So we'd all, that was me and Margot and Diane. We'd go running over there and she would introduce herself to us, and then she'd come down off the podium and we'd talk. She would talk to us, and she would, even this was back in 1959 or 60 or somewhere around there. And she wanted some of us to go back to Tseot. And her reasoning for that was she said she wanted to carry on the Kelly name over there in Tseot. And because, my dad's father died when he was before he was a year old in 1919 anyways, and my grandmother remarried to a man in Hope, and that's how the Kelly name moved to Hope, because Dad had to go with his mother. He was just about a year old then. But yeah, Auntie Ethel used to come over every year and get up on the podium and call us together just to see us as we were growing up. And in 1984, my younger brother Stephen, Auntie Ethel called for the Kellys again, and my brother Stephen went up there. Stephen Jr. He went up and met her, and she asked him then, she says, "Can you come home and carry on the Kelly name?" And Stephen agreed to that. But just right after the canoe races were over in Cultus Lake, my brother went home and went out fishing, and he drowned in the Fraser. And his mother was my stepmother. When my brother drowned, she said, "Oh, he went back to Saanich anyway." Even in death, he went back over there because he already agreed with Auntie Ethel to go home and carry on the Kelly name. And our people up in the Hope area where we live were called the Sturgeon people. So when my brother drowned in 1984, my stepmother told us that Stephen went into the river and turned into a sturgeon and went back to Saanich. That's how she put it. She was brought up really, really cultural. She knew all of our spiritual ways. She was really smart with. She was part of the linguistic dictionary in Stolo Nation for quite a few years. She was raised by her grandfather, who was an Indian doctor, and so she knew a lot about medicines and stories about all of Hope area.
Nice.